Watch your step. Bit of a mess in here.
Come on! Show me what you've got! More often.
Greetings! Welcome to Vault 118, your home away from home, underground. Are you the detective we sent for?
Yes, I'm the detective.
Thank goodness. Let me just open the door for you. Well, it's about time we sent someone out to investigate. We have many important questions still.
Let's talk about my compensation first.
Very well. Consider this a retainer. have a look at the crime scene for clues. And when you're ready, we can discuss your findings. You are free to question the residents, but their safety is our priority. So unless you have solid evidence, I would avoid accusations.
What the hell do you think you're doing? This is a crime scene.
Do you not see the glory of the thing? The artistry.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Ezra, you have outdone yourself. This is your finest work. There is more emotion in his death than most have had in their entire lives.
Our friend is dead, Mr. Avita. Have you no respect?
I'm just saying that
Looks like the brain enclosure was smashed.
There is nothing worse than
If I may,
That's what
I
this is
could
to
just
you?
have your attention.
You're sick.
I'm sorry for shouting. But the detective has arrived and shall begin the investigation henceforth. Please return to your rooms until the detective has examined the crime scene and had a chance to come speak with you.
Protect and serve.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
It's obviously Santiago. He keeps going back to look at the crime scene.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, as you probably know, I'm an actor. I don't like to brag about it, but my last picture, The Fighting Furies, did top the box office.
Never mind.
Okay, just let me know how I can help.
Protect and serve.
Well. If it isn't the long arm of the law. Tell me, are you a devotee of the arts? Does that cruel muse call you to her entrapping bosom?
Art is life. Without it, we are no different than animals.
Perhaps. If all we are is a sentience floating in a suit of flesh, or metal, I suppose, then art is the only true communion with the world. Come with me. Tell me, what does this piece say to you?
It's about composition, the balance of colors and emotions, and the struggle to maintain internal order.
Indeed. This was the last piece I did in a series of portraits of Gilda. Number 1378. Her emotional landscape is superimposed on the portrait. The reality of the subject is distorted as the ego attempts to project itself. This way. Tell me.
It's the war. Bombs from every direction, no up or down, the world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return. All art must therefore be constantly reborn. Through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation, we must ascend. What about this one? And please be honest, for art, it's just politics.
It's a metaphor. A young creature grappling with ideas it doesn't possess the capability to understand.
Intriguing. The mind will superimpose meaning where none was intended. I had not considered it. Truth be told, this is my best-selling piece. I did this series under a pseudonym, of course. See, what does that tell you about the value of art to the common man, huh? My fellow connoisseur of the art. Here to see my latest work.
Tell me about yourself.
What is there to tell? I am one of the premier artists in the world. My work is primarily in oil paint, but I have been known to do sculpture or performance art as well.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own excrement. She and Ezra had a rather dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
What were Juliana and Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
I think you should explain why you keep returning to the crime scene.
It's for inspiration, detective. The others do not like to think about it, but even we shall die someday. Like Prometheus's torch, it kindles within me the fire to create as much art as I...
It sounds like you've done a lot of paintings of Gilda. Why her?
Our Gilda is a very singular creature, detective. Do you not see the joie de vivre from within her? I have never met another who clings to life so tenaciously, who lives so in the moment. I must admit I was quite smitten with her for it.
You're still in love with Gilda, aren't you?
So what if I am? What business is it of yours? She deserves...
Uh-huh. Maybe later.
Good. I hope my my fellow connoisseur...
Tell me about yourself.
What is that? My work is
Maybe later.
Good.
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty?
Juliana, Mr. Whiskers died last month. This is Scruffy. Remember?
Oh,
This still looks cleaner
Of
than the
course.
place back at the combat
silly
zone.
me.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface matrix, and I'm sure I can clear that.
No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Oh, God. Not this. Again? Last month you were convinced you had the measles.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
First of all, I am a doctor. Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the
Hello,
suit.
Detective.
It's
Did
not
you have a question about
physically
the heinous
possible.
murder?
Oh, God, Juliana. Whatever.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm going to do
I'm
that.
Juliana Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs. I'm not sure what else you expected, Detective.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
If you ask me, it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
I heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lashed out a bit at the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can...
Uh-huh.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Hello, Detective. Did you need something?
Tell me about yourself.
Hello again. Did you...
Tell me about yourself.
Oh.
Sure.
Was there something else, Detective?
Tell me about your research.
Well, I was one of the leads on the team that created the first robo-brains, the precursors to... most people don't find it all that interesting, and I'd rather not bore you. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I heard that Juliana and Ezra had an argument a few days before he was found dead. Tell me about that.
Well, I was in my lab at the time, so I didn't hear it. But Juliana has always been rather critical of Mr. Parker. I think she found something in the overseer's office. I wasn't listening when she told me about it. I kind of had my head in my research. I don't know, really. I try to let her handle all the money stuff. Was there something else, Detective?
Have you noticed Juliana acting strangely lately?
Oh, well, I'm probably just being paranoid, but she's been so much more pleasant lately. I mean, it's been nice, but also a bit unnerving. Most people don't really understand us, but I always appreciated how it's what allowed me to focus on my research. I'm worried something has happened to her. She doesn't seem like the same person. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to hear...
Oh, wonderful. No one else here really wants to talk. Functionally, this model is more or less the same as the previous versions I worked on, but without the voice modulator seems to have some minor issues interfacing with the neural matrix, which can add some moodiness. But that's easily solved with regular tune-ups. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Enough. Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Tell me about that.
That's what allows us to recreate our original voices. They can mimic any normal human voice, actually. I've speculated for some time that the issues we had with our recruited subjects is due to the brain attempting to preserve a sense of self. Maintaining our original voices helps reinforce the neural network, sort of like playing music for an Alzheimer patient.
Sure.
Was there something else, Detective?
Uh-huh. I'd like to hear more about your research.
I'm afraid that's really all I should say about it. I mean, it is still classified, but I wanted... Oh, was there something else?
Never mind.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then.
Protect and serve. Put down your weapons and submit to authority.
Been too long since I picked a fight.
Protect and serve.
Is this blood?
Why'd you do it, huh? He deserved better than that.
You think I'm stupid? I saw the way he looked at you. You gonna tell me that's nothing?
It wasn't like that. We were friends. He helped me out of a tight spot or two is all.
I couldn't stand by like some pasty-faced Percy while he put the moves on my best girl.
But now the law is on our tail. What are we going to do?
Come away with me. Let's leave this dark hole of a city behind. We can be in Buenos Aires by tomorrow.
Oh, I want to believe you, I do, but they'll never let us go.
Well, I stand here.
If it isn't the brave detective.
I've got a gun.
I
for
haven't
each of
seen
us.
someone with a body like that in far too...
Mm-hmm. You're not so bad yourself.
You should have seen me before all this. I'm sure you'd rather hear some of my stories from the silver screen.
I must say.
What can I say? It just comes. Care to hear some of my stories, detective?
Have you ever done radio?
Well, darling, play your cards right, and maybe I'll whisper some sweet... Surely you must be here.
I must say, I've known...
Keep it up, Tiger, and we'll find...
Sure.
Surely you must...
Why don't we...
Sam... Fine. I'm going to the beach. That was great, detective, but we probably shouldn't make a habit of this. Catch you later, Tiger. Hey there, Tiger. Here for more stories about my acting career, or something else?
Uh-huh. Can you answer some questions?
Sure, darling.
I've gotten the impression you've had an affair with Santiago.
Look, I love Keith, I do. But sometimes he just can't give me the attention I need. A girl gets lonely, Detective. It only lasted a few dozen years. The man's a bit much, even for... Did you need something else?
What were you and Keith talking about when I came in?
Oh, that? We were rehearsing. Did you need something else?
Apparently, Juliana had a big argument with Ezra a few days before he died. Did you happen to overhear any of the conversation?
Oh, yes. I haven't seen a woman go off like that since Teresa Dubois fired her costume designer. It was fever-pitch, Detective. She had apparently gone to the Overseer's office to check on the state of things and found it in horrible disrepair. But, and this is where it gets interesting, it sounded like she found something that really set her off. Couldn't hear what, though. Did you need something else?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Well, it is a bit strange how obsessed Santiago has been with the murder. I mean, he's always been a bit obsessive, though. He did a whole series of paintings of me, hundreds, said I was his muse. It was flattering for a while, but the man is a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject. Simply put, darling, I'm the greatest when this international scuffle blows over, I shall return. Did you need something else?
Right. Maybe later.
I'll be around, languishing from your inattention.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
What were you and Gilda talking? Maybe later.
Okay. Just let me know how I can help.
Maybe Maxwell has the key. That's it.
All it takes is a steady hand, eh?
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely
stalled. Once the premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker, and Vault Tech won't pay out of pocket to continue construction. I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances, but he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
Sounds like Ezra was embezzling from his investors. Red paint? Nice. Baseball bat? What is this doing here?
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
The door to the Overseer's office is locked.
Oh, yes. Mr. Parker locked it a while back, after finding out that one of the other residents had been inside. Said it wasn't safe. If the key isn't on him, it's probably in Mr. Parker's room. Was there anything else?
I found the murder weapon.
Oh, no. That's the bat from Mr. McKinney's movie. You don't think he could be involved, do you? I can't imagine him ever doing such a thing. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel. He had vast experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the Vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification. Was there anything else?
I'm not sure where I should start.
I suppose you should try to figure out how he died. And then who had the means of... Once you have enough evidence... Was there anything...
Your residents are rope.
Not that. Was there anything else?
How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
I found your baseball bat at the crime scene. Care to explain how it got there?
Someone is clearly trying to frame me for the murder. It's probably Santiago. You saw him skulking around the crime scene.
Detective, did you have a question about the heinous murder? Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
I found...
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
Never mind.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
My fellow connoisseur of the art, here to see my latest work.
I found red paint at the crime scene. Know anything about that?
No, actually. Ezra borrowed my last can.
I think you're the murderer. You used Keith's bat to frame him and left a trail of paint so we would find it.
Oh, and what motive would I have to kill our dear Ezra?
Maybe you could give me a reason it couldn't be you.
No, Detective. I do not need to go throwing around empty accusations as you do.
The motive doesn't matter. All the clues point to you.
Medium without message. What use would that be to me? I see you have made up your mind. I am not going down without a fight.
Okay, first. All this walking's wearing nuts.
Protect and serve.
I found the killer. It was Santiago.
That's just terrible. I can't believe it. And after all this time. Thank you for your assistance, Detective. The residents pooled this to pay for your services.
I think you're the murderer. The brain enclosure was smashed in, and your bat was at the scene of the crime.
What? That makes no sense at all. What motive would I possibly have to kill Ezra?
Maybe you could give me a reason it couldn't be you.
I would never harm Ezra, Detective. I was in love with him.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Like starting.
I found some evidence that Ezra was embezzling from you and the other investors.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
I think you're the real murderer.
That's just silly, Detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker?
Maybe you could give me a reason it couldn't be you.
I'm sick all the time, Detective. I don't have the strength to do such a thing.
Ezra was embezzling your money. That's why you killed him and framed Keith.
You were so close, Detective.
It's a shame. I thought I could keep the ruse going a little longer. Oh, well. Had to end eventually, I suppose. This doesn't have to end in more violence, Detective. Just walk away. I'll leave, and you can tell them I escaped.
If I'm gonna let you go, I want a cut of what you've stolen.
Ah, so it's like that, eh? Fine. I'll grease your palm a bit, Detective. Now, am I free to go?
Ezra? You're alive.
Well, congratulations on catching up, Detective. Yes, I've been masquerading as Juliana for some time now.
What's it going to be, Detective? Join me in getting rich? Or die defending some out?
Uh-huh. Why did you kill Juliana?
I hadn't planned on it, but Juliana figured out what I was doing and had to be dealt with swiftly. I thought I could get a bit more money out of this place before making my escape.
Well, how is this going to go down?
Not a chance. Your murder spree stops here.
Then let us end this.
This is gonna be a piece of cake! You fishing for a snog?
Come on. Over here. Why did you kill Juliana?
I hadn't.
Well...
I need time to consider this.
I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
Well...
Sure. Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm glad you've decided to be reasonable. I would have hated for this to come to more... All right, Detective. Tell Maxwell that it's over and get your reward. Then I'll make my way out when things have died down.
I found the killer. It was Ezra. He killed Juliana and took her place to hide his tracks.
My word! I never thought Mr. Parker was capable of something like this. What happened when you confronted him?
he's still here. There's still time to catch him.
You did the right thing coming to me, Detective. I've alerted the staff, and we shall converge on him. Quickly, let's go.
Protect and serve.
Gotta be something of value on him.
Activities.
We've got him. It's finally over. Here you are, Detective. Payment for your services and a bonus for uncovering such a heinous plot. I don't think we could have done it without you. Good day to you.
If I'm gonna let you go, I want a cut of what you've stolen.
So...
Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm glad. All right, Detective.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found Ezra. He killed Juliana, and he's been impersonating her.
Hostile target detected.
decided to come back, Detective.
What's it going to be, Detective? Join me in getting rich? Or die?
If I'm gonna let you go.
So it's like that, eh?
Uh-huh. I need time.
I'm sorry, Detective.
Well,
Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm glad you've decided to be reasonable. All right, Detective.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found Ezra. He killed Juliana, and he's been impersonating her.
Oh, my. I'll notify the staff and we can put an end.
Up close and personal. Here, I say this for ya. Faster.
I'm glad you decided to come back, Detective.
What's it going to be, Detective?
If I'm gonna let you go.
So
Ezra?
Well, yes, well. How?
Mm-hmm. Why did you kill Julie?
I hadn't planned on it. I thought...
Well,
Uh-huh. I need time.
I'm sorry.
well.
Sure. Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm glad you've decided to be reasonable. I would have hated... All right, Detective. Tell Maxwell that it's over and get your reward. Then I'll make my way out when things have died down.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
Tell me about...
It was his... He worked with... Was there...
Uh-huh. You're a resident...
Not back before the... Was there...
Never mind.
I'll be here. Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else? again, Detective. Was there anything else?
Never mind.
I'll be here should you need me. Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found Ezra. He killed Juliana, and he's been impersonating her.
Oh, my.
Did you need something?
I heard that...
Well, I don't know. Was there?
Never mind.
Very well. Juliana...
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question?
Mm-hmm. Tell me about yourself.
Damn. Someone drive a bulldozer through here.
Red paint?
Store's Dallas.
Excellent.
Am I right?
A baseball bat? What is this doing here?
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found...
Was
Uh-huh. Tell me about the victim.
Mister, it was...
Uh-huh. Tell me about yourself.
Oh,
Tell me about your research.
well,
Right. I'd like to hear more about your...
function.
Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Maybe later.
Very well. Hello again. Did you need something?
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder? I wasn't.
What's with all the junk in here?
The.
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
Did you have any...
If you ask me.
What? Did you have any...
If you ask me.
That's it.
Well, that settles it. I am 100% screwed. Damn this fog. You'd think a lighthouse would be easy to find, but not in this. Never...
Tell me about yourself.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Tell me about your research. I'd like to hear more about your research. I heard that Juliana and Ezra... Robo-brains have a voice modulator. Did you have any thoughts about... Maybe later.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then. Juliana... died last month.
Is this... blood? There we go. Baseball bat. What is this doing here? Red paint? Got it.
Besides, I think it may be malaria.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely stalled. Once the premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker, and Vault-Tec won't pay out of pocket to continue construction. I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances, but he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
Sounds like Ezra was embezzling from his investors.
I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit. It's not physically possible.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert. Now why don't you just wander off and play in your lab? Mr. Scrubby and I are going to be right with you. So he will get everything right out because horrible Bert didn't believe me.
Oh, God, Juliana.
Have fun here.
I'm going to the lab.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else? Oh, it was.
I found the murder.
Was.
Uh-huh. Never mind.
I'll be here should you need me.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
I think you're the real murderer.
That's just silly, Detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker? It's not me. Hello, Detective. Did you have a question?
I think you're the real murderer. Maybe you could give me...
I'm sick.
Uh-huh. Ezra was embezzling your money. That's why you killed him and framed Keith.
You were so close, Detective.
it's a shame. I thought I could keep the ruse going. This doesn't have to end in more violence.
Ezra? You're alive.
Well, congratulations. Yes, I've been...
What's it going to be, Detective?
Why did you...
I hadn't... I thought I could get it.
Uh-huh. If I'm gonna let you go.
Ah, so it's like that, eh?
Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, I'm glad you've decided to be reasonable. All right, Detective.
Protect and serve.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
He worked with Vault Tech, was there?
Uh-huh. Your residence...
Not a road. Back before. Was there anything?
Heat.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
It was his idea. He worked with Vault. Was there anything?
I found Ezra.
My word. I never thought Mr. Parker...
He got away before I could catch him.
I can't say the residents will be pleased that you let him get away, but I suppose there's nothing to be done about it. At least it's over. Here you are, Detective. Payment for your services and a bonus. What? I don't think we could have done it without you.
Payday.
call it even.
Thought it was me.
You sneaky little shite! Is this a joke? This has to be a joke. This for you.
Hello, Detective. How can I help?
I think...
What?
I don't know yet, but...
No. Forget it. Hello, Detective. How can I help?
I think you're the murderer.
We went over this...
The motive doesn't matter. All the clues point to you.
This is bullshit. You can't just convict me without motive. You're not the law. You're a dead man.
I'm gonna rip your limbs off.
Been too long since I picked a fight.
Protect and serve. Protect.
I found the killer. It was Keith?
That's just terrible. I can't believe it. And after all this time. Thank you for your assistance, Detective. The residents pooled this to pay for your services. Thank you for your help, Detective.
Protect and serve.
Good job, Detective. Good job, Detective. Good job, Detective.
What the hell happened here?
Ezra was embezzling your money.
It's a shame.
If I'm gonna let you go.
So...
Right. Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, all right.
Uh-huh.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found Ezra.
Oh, my.
Uh-huh.
Brotherhood of Steel. Sounds like a video nasty.
I think you're the real murderer. I'm not sure yet.
It's not me. Hello, Detective. Did you have a question?
Uh-huh. I think you're... Maybe you could give me a reason.
I'm sick.
Maybe you could give me a reason.
I'm sick.
Ezra was embezzling your money.
You...
It's a shame. I thought that...
Okay, I'll let you go.
Well, all right.
Hello again, Detective. Was there anything else?
I found...
Oh, my.
Hostile target